Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Earbones podcast, the only podcast that will support Stiltman in any endeavor he chooses and promote for that choice.
You can't forget about Lady Stiltman. Stiltwoman?
Yes, we can. I am Brandon, the ears of the Earbones.
And I am Stick, this bones.
Bones?
Ear bones. I'm sorry.
First thing I want to talk about is human meat. Did you see in the news that there was a hotel in Nigeria that got caught for selling human meat?
That's pretty awesome.
They found 2 heads inside of the freezer,
Was they
wrapped in cellophane. They said human head was on the menu.
Really?
Mm-hmm. How do you eat a head?
I don't know. I know you're not supposed to eat the brain. You get some weird disease.
But they said that it was a pastor who caught them. A pastor went in there and ate it, and he was told he was served human meat, and he went crazy and told the cops.
Well, why would you do that? You know what you're getting. Why are you gonna?
He said the biggest problem was how expensive it was.
Well, I can imagine.
But I was reading the article, and it was saying that all their interviews were just, shady characters were going in and out of there. Weird people were going in and out. I took that as Nigerian investigation. That's what they do.
Well, they can't support their princes, so how do you expect them to fund an investigation?
I want to try human meat. It's on my bucket list.
I know, me too. Everyone thinks I'm weird, but
yeah, I get a lot of weird looks.
I mean, I'm not going to kill someone for it.
Exactly, and I don't want to eat it raw. I want it cooked. I want it cooked nicely. There has to be something to it. If they've been doing it for how many years, and it drives such a following, there has to be something to it.
I mean, I would definitely try. Just say I tried it. I mean, I don't see what's so gross about it. We eat cows and...
Maybe we should just turn this into a cannibal podcast.
We eat oysters, and they're pretty nasty.
I don't eat oysters.
Human flesh.
I don't eat oysters.
I don't either, but...
All right, now that that's out of the way. We can only talk about last week's books, because neither of us got our books this week. They didn't even ship out until today.
Yeah, apparently the whole East Coast shut down because they got 2 inches of snow,
But I have 16 books or so to talk about. A few of them maybe just briefly, but other ones you've read, we could talk about those in depth. What do you want to open with? Black Widow here?
Yeah, why not? It's on top.
Black Widow number 3, written by Nathan Edmondson, I believe, and artist Phil Noto.
Phil Noto.
You and Phil Noto are...
That guy could draw me in the bed.
You're on a date later,
I like
guess. And if I'm wrong, this is the issue where she rescues this guy from jail, but it ends up being a criminal.
And she feeds him the crocodiles.
Much similar to the Punisher issue. Punisher
Yes,
number 1.
there were crocodiles in that as well.
And they were Spanish in both
There was
issues.
a lot of Spanish that I did not enjoy.
Yeah, when I started reading this book, I felt like they sent me the Spanish issue. You know how there's Marvel Espanol. I feel like they sent me the Spanish issue. But, I mean, I like this issue a lot, and it changed it up from what it's been.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like her beating the crap out of that, her neighbor's abusive.
The abusive husband.
Yeah, I like that.
The only thing is, I feel like, where are they going to go from here? Because even though there was a different story than the first 2, I get we're only on issue 3. But it was still along the same linear lines of finding somebody and killing somebody. There was a tiny twist. That was it.
They need to establish a larger plot to work towards. I mean, they can still have the single issue stories like that, which I think are good. There's not very many just single issue stories anymore. But they need I need something going on in the background leading up to it, you know?
Yeah, we need the building to something.
Yeah.
They need to give her an actual, maybe villain in it. Just her villain. Make somebody for her. Bring somebody in. A B-lister. Mr. Bong Man.
Wow. Bringing out Howard the Duck here. But no, I just don't feel like nothing's enticing me to get issue 4. Other than the art.
And for $3.99,
it's really pushing it.
It's not worth it
you
for
know?
the art. It's not worth it.
Really pushing it.
So, Black Widow, do you say buy it or skip it? Even for $3.99.
I'd give it probably till issue 10 if it lasts that long.
10?
Yeah, it's a long time, but
10? Because I think they're going bi-weekly now. Or they're going to monthly. Because they were bi-weekly. Or they were weekly and they're going bi-weekly. I'm not sure. I read it somewhere.
Well, if they are making
if it's
it longer,
monthly,
then
I could deal with it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next you want to talk about the new Punisher #1.
Oh yeah, Punisher. You know,
Because I forced you to read this.
there's guns, there's gangs, there's killings.
Okay, now that you've described every Punisher book from 1987 until now, why don't we talk about this issue of Punisher? I like the way he's drawn. I think I touched on this a little bit last week. He's not drawn like your normal good-looking Punisher.
No, he's very rugged. And
it's like he's seen some stuff.
Yeah. Which he has, I mean...
Yes. I like his interaction with the cop, with the female police officer.
I really did like that.
I don't know where that's going, but once again, it's something that Black Widow doesn't have.
Exactly,
it's
a reason to keep seeing.
It's something to look forward to and see what's going on. I love the cover on this, though.
It is a nice cover.
Punisher #1 is written by Edmondson. Is this the same guy who does Black Widow? Nathan Edmondson. It is the same guy who wrote Black Widow.
What? And what's he doing here?
I don't know. But the artist is Mitch Gerads. How did you feel about the art, other than the way Punisher was portrayed?
You know, I really liked it. Especially like the first page, the introduction, where he's on the boat after he throws the guy in the water.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought some of his faces, other than the Punisher's, was a little, for lack of a better term, cubey. They looked really square, and the jaws were really square on everybody. I just feel like he needs to round off some corners somewhere. But I'm definitely staying on it. I picked it up because of the cover. I wasn't even going to get on it, but I saw the cover. I was like, I got to get that.
Well, I'll keep reading it, maybe, if I'm here.
What do you mean if you're here? It's an every week thing.
Well, I know, but I mean, I'm not jumping on it.
Well, I say pick it up. It's only $2.99.
See, that's not bad. It's not?
It's $3.99.
Oh.
Well, I say at least pick up #1 and see if you like #1. And hopefully that's where it's going. I like how they didn't have to reestablish his origin. Everybody knows it, whatever. Deal with it. They touched on it a brief bit, but that was it. They just blew right over it.
Yeah, which is nice. If you relaunch a title, I don't need you to waste 2 issues on what
not at all.
happened 30 years ago.
Now, would you like to talk about Swamp Thing #28?
Oh,
who is... How do you pronounce this?
Let me see it again. Capucin? Cappuccino?
French vanilla?
Capsaicin? I don't know.
Capucine? Capucin?
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 I don't know.
Either way, this woman who ends up being like some mystical being almost.
Yes.
Who was created by Henry... Not Henry, it was some old king, wasn't it?
No, wasn't she created by monks?
Yeah, that's
who
what
were...
it was. And she ended up fighting for the king.
Well, she was actually created by, what's that demon's name? Urauti?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He's, I've seen him before. Like I said, I'm not a huge DC fan. Etrigan, yes, that's it.
Yeah, I saw him appear in something that made no sense. It might have been Nightwing.
Well, I don't remember him being a...
Or was he in Justice League?
Bad guy.
He popped up in an issue of something a while ago. But yeah, she was created by monks, I guess. She was made kind of immortal-ish.
Yeah, she has like 1,000 and some years. They were very vague on that, which...
It's just playing into what he's going to do with it, though.
Yeah.
They want you to still believe that she can die, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But this whole issue ends with, isn't it the trees? What was the name of them when they were in the green?
Oh, not the, we're bad at this. Not the avatars,
I can't even remember.
What are they called?
Either way, all the trees they had to listen to, the greats, the retired avatars of the green.
Yeah.
They came in human form, and they all arrived.
Well, he saved 3 of them.
He did save 3 of them. He brought them with him.
Well, he saved 2 that helped him, and that bitch just tagged along.
She just appeared. But, I mean, I liked it a lot. Charles Soule is just killing it on every book he's writing right now.
Yeah, he's writing so many.
I don't know. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I'd say pick it up, but if you haven't been reading Swamp Thing...
Yeah, it's a good addition if you've been reading.
Much. It's not going to mean much to you.
Swamp Thing hasn't let me down yet. I mean...
No.
The Rot storyline was a little long, but that's the only complaint I have about the whole thing.
A little. A little. You're one for 25 issues.
It was fantastic, though.
Next, New Avengers #14, written by Hickman and art by Bianchi, which I think worked a lot better in this issue.
I still don't like it. If you look at it, it still looks blurry. I don't like it.
Well, see, maybe it's because I got used to I got used to him drawing Thor, and it's a very ADD type of art. There's so much going on. You have to look everywhere.
Yeah, I can see that. That part right there was fantastic.
When Doom, the other Earth Doom,
Yeah.
is just killing. Yeah, it's still a little confusing, as Hickman does with every book.
This one was less confusing.
It had a linear story through it, at least.
I wasn't sure if that Doctor Strange was our Doctor Strange, which I'm going to assume it is.
Well,
The 616 Doctor
remember
Strange.
how he left and he said, "I need more power."
Yeah, that's true.
He left the Illuminati and he said, "I need to go get more power." That was our Doctor Strange. So I figured that's where he went. And when he says he wants to sacrifice all of his soul for all of the power,
It was awesome.
I am excited to see an all-powerful Doctor Strange.
I know, but at what cost, you know?
I just like how they kept telling him that he was a letdown to all Sorcerer Supremes. Like, he was the least out of all of them. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Everybody kept saying, "You're a letdown, you're a disappointment." I think it worked well. The Bianchi art worked well when he was at places that weren't on Earth.
Yeah, I really like that. Like the when he's sitting at the throne room and stuff.
Yeah. I think sometimes he uses a little too much black. Like, instead of leaving the white for negative space, he just fills it all in.
Yeah, I agree.
Although, you see one of the greatest, one of my favorites, Mike Deodato, do the same thing, and he just goes crazy, and it looks amazing.
Well, I mean, it's his style. I mean, he's consistent about it,
And
at
the
least.
cover's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I recommend to skip it, unless you've been reading it.
Yeah, or else it's not going to make any sense.
Even if you have been reading it, it's $3.99, and I don't know if this issue was worth $3.99.
You know what? It gave me chills at the end, so
The Doctor Strange part was worth it.
it was.
But once again, if you haven't been following it, meaningless.
When she was like, "So how much of your soul do you want to give up?" And he's just like, "All of it." It's like, wow, Doctor Strange's not messing around anymore.
But do you think it's because he snapped? Or do you think he just wants to be more powerful? He wants to take... I guess that's what he said. He said he wants to take control of what is in front of him.
I feel he was down on himself for being taken over by the Ebony Maw
Yeah.
and used,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want that to happen. He wants to prove that he can do something to stop what's coming, which has been coming forever.
And I feel like they touched and they spent too much time on the other Illuminati.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see, but I didn't care after a while. After 5-6 pages, I was like, I don't care about you anymore. Turn. Go.
And like, who are those Iron Man suits that are trying to take over that incursion planet? You know, the ones that they're fighting.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Like,
No idea.
because wasn't there other beings that were fighting other planets that, like, were wiping them out?
I don't know. They need to just release Terex.
What is he doing? Like, what's the point of him? They have him locked up just sitting in a chair staring.
Well, he's supremely powerful.
I understand
Because he
that.
was a herald of Galactus. He
But-
still has the power cosmic, I believe.
But is he a plot point, or is he just there?
I think it was just one of those things that Hickman threw in. I don't know if it'll pay off later, but you know,
I
Hickman
don't know.
writes shit how far in advance.
Way too far in advance.
Next is a book that I'm not even going to talk about much. Hinterkind number 5. I was going to drop it with this, but my better half likes this book,
Really?
so I have to keep it.
How much is it?
It's $2.99.
That's not bad,
which
then.
is fine. But she is so slow on reading. She read the first 3 like 2 weeks ago, and then 4 has been sitting up there, and then 5 is here. And I read 5, and I actually dropped it without even thinking. And then when she came home, I said, "You got to read that." And she said, "I actually like that book." I said, "Okay." So I went back on and added it.
You're a good guy.
So I'm still on Hinterkind, but I'm not exactly enjoying it.
It's not really for you at this point, you know?
Yeah, it's really weird. It started out as a survival mythological story. It turned into a sci-fi story. The next issue was a horror issue. They're all over the place on what they want to be. It doesn't make any sense.
See, that would lose me too.
Another book that I'm not going to talk about much because you're not on it is Superior Foes of Spider-Man, number 8. I absolutely love this title. I've been telling you to hop on this title forever.
I know you have.
It's only $2.99, and it's all about Boomerang, and there's so much substance to this book that everybody needs to pick it up. Number 8 was pretty much just a Boomerang romance story. He's out on a date,
Oh.
and he's trying to get a woman, but he's not lying about who he is. He says he's a supervillain, he says he's Boomerang. It's good. It's really good.
That sounds pretty
It's
interesting.
intelligently written, is what it is, too. Another book. This book's actually on a chopping block for me. 5 Ghosts.
Really?
The art is magical, but the way that they're ordering these the way that they're ordering the story is weird. It starts up and it tells you what's going to happen in the middle of the story. And then it plays the beginning of the story and then skips to the end of the story. It's really weird. I don't like the setup. The art's gorgeous, but I think this book's $3.50 now.
Really?
I don't know. It still says $2.99. And it's going to be tough to hop off of, but I'm giving it to number 10. And if number 10 isn't good, I got to drop it.
Because I read the miniseries and it was...
Oh, it was good.
It was beautiful.
This is a continuation of it.
Just...
And there's some new character who also seems to have like a power like he does. She can summon this great power. I don't know. Like I said, it's been confusing. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But good moments, but skip it if you haven't been reading it, of course. God is Dead number 6, another one you have not read and that you're not interested in. A book that started as a miniseries with Jonathan Hickman, Mike Costa, and I think art by D. Amorim. And it was all the gods fighting each other. Eventually, I think it was Zeus who came out on top. He killed Odin. Fantastic little part there.
Oh.
The humans ended up finding a god and taking some of his blood, injecting him into themselves, and becoming gods to try to take control of their own planet.
Well, that sounds like Wrath of Khan.
Good story. It was good. But now, I think Hickman's part's over. They're turning it into an ongoing, and I think I'm out.
It's probably safe.
I'm going to give it one more issue, but I think I'm out.
Yeah, because that seems like a drastic...
I mean, how do you go from having every god in history fighting, all of them wiped out, and the only god remaining is your human part? Like, where do you go from there? You have to reestablish a whole new world.
Well, the fact is that it was a miniseries that ended, and the main writer is not on it. You know, it's gonna be probably...
They were co-writers, but how much of a, Hickman probably wrote all of it, and this dude just maybe did dialogue.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, I say skip it with God is Dead. Next, X-Men number 10 or number 1, and I dropped it.
You dropped it?
Dropped it. I couldn't handle it anymore. The Sentinels are coming alive. Now this is the all-female X title, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I tried to stay on for as long as I can, if for nothing else other than Rachel Gray.
Mohawk Storm.
I like Rachel Gray. Mohawk Storm, so-so. But the book just didn't do it. Every issue I hoped it got better. Every issue had its moments, but every issue was a letdown.
I feel like X-Men need to get away from Sentinels for a while.
Well, this is because there was some weird technological virus named Archaea or Acrea. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. If it was still about Jubilee and her son, I'm good. I'm in.
Those were good issues. I read those ones.
Very good. Drop that. I'm no longer on X-Men. Another title that's ending that
you got so many books.
I told you, 16 books.
I know, but wow.
Trying to run through these. Stormwatch number 28, Jim Starlin, and...
Is that Lobo?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah. It was, Don't buy it. Iron Man number 21. You read this.
Yes, I did.
And?
Interesting twist at the end with the reporter, I don't remember her name, seems to be on Tony's side, and Arno getting blown up, hopefully.
I don't think she's on Tony's side. I just don't think she's on the villain side.
Yeah.
Because she hates Tony, obviously.
Yeah, that's why the ring chose her.
Yes.
I believe that was explained.
But the bald guy who got the ring, don't know who he is, but why did he get this Lex Luthor armor? Did you notice that?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Kingpin and Lex Luthor thrown together.
Yes, he does. I don't think Arno's dead. I don't think they can kill off Arno this quick.
Well, did you see the preview for the cover? I don't know. I wish he was dead.
Why?
I'm not feeling him. Really
I
not.
feel like some of the conversation's forced, but I feel like he needs more time to develop.
Yeah, that could be true.
Because him and Tony, I think the conversation has to be forced and awkward because they're still awkward with each other.
And also, I don't know who he was talking to, but he found information on his real parents and he deleted it because he doesn't want to deal with it right now.
Yeah, yes.
I see that coming up at some point around.
We've had 5 issues of the secret origin of Tony Stark, if you recall.
Yes.
That wasn't his origin.
I know.
So we need to stay away from that. even though it was written fantastically, and it was a very good story, I don't care anymore.
Well, we've only met 3 of the Mandarins?
Yes.
So there's still 7 more?
Yes, there is.
So I'd like...
Although...
It's going to start getting confusing.
I spoiled something for myself.
Oh, what'd you do?
I read like the synopsis of a future issue, And unless I'm wrong, Malekith is one of the mandarins.
Really?
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it's coming about.
That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. But Malekith is already so powerful already.
We might actually give Iron Man a new villain.
See, but can you make Malekith an Iron Man villain? He doesn't have a spot on Earth.
Yeah, but I don't feel like Iron Man has any like real competition anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, Mandarin's obviously not in the picture anymore, and
Yeah, maybe this was to develop a new rogues gallery for him.
that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
It
I
would.
didn't even think about it that way. Because I just picture every time he gets a villain, he kills them, and they're not there anymore.
Yeah, I think this would be a nice change.
I say pick it up.
Definitely.
I'm loving the Iron Man series, and I'm loving
Iron Metropolis.
Kieran Gillen, who's writing it. I think it's Kieran. Yeah, Iron Metropolitan. Metropolitan. But it's good. I recommend picking the whole storyline up. Next, Twilight Zone. Pick it up if you're a Twilight Zone fan, because it's fantastic. I'm not even going to get into it, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who wants to read it, including you. Avengers AI. What do you have to say?
It was a nice wrap up of the arc, I think.
I hope it was a wrap up of the arc.
Yeah, Joe
Yocasta?
Jocasta.
Is it Jocasta or Yocasta?
I think it's Jocasta.
No, the J's not silent? And J's not a Y? It's not a soft J?
No, I think it's a hard J.
Yeah, it's interesting. Her upgrades.
Yes.
She has kind of an army now of all different sorts.
Weird team in there.
What, the Avengers AI team?
Yeah. Well, not the Avengers AI team.
One thing I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to ask you about, but I saved it for this. The homage to Power Rangers.
Yes, when they all go together.
Amazing.
I was so pumped about that. I was gonna actually tweet that to you, but
They are in this. If you don't read Avengers AI, we're for an Avengers AI number 9, and they're in the Diamond, which is the home of all the AIs in the world, all the mentalities of the AIs, and the AI team has went in there, which is Captain America and Rogue has went along with Vision, Hank Pym, Doombot, Victor Mancho is still in there, correct?
yes.
And the whole issue they're trying to explain that they can do whatever they want to do. They just have to think about it because there's no limits in the Diamond. And they all turn into a piece, and they come together like the Megazord.
Yes.
And it's fantastic. It is. It's a wonderful page.
Yeah, I really
And
enjoyed
for some
that.
reason, they have Thor's hammer.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want.
I guess you're right. But the way I saw this, I did see it as a homage to the Power Rangers, but I also saw it as somehow the Vision is more powerful because of this. Like, this is one of his powers coming to light. He's helping this happen.
Yeah, I could see that, certainly.
Because I like how the Vision is just becoming more powerful. I say it every week. We talk about Avengers AI. I love it.
Well, I like the development of the... I don't know if they're the guardians of the AI world.
The AI family, like the original
yeah,
AIs.
and it has Demetrius as one of them.
They were born when Hank developed the virus to kill Ultron.
Yes.
So that's one that you really needed to read Age of Ultron for, kind of. You had to go through the abortion of Age of Ultron to be birthed into this miscarriage world of Avengers AI. But it is good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying it.
But the main bread and butter of this book is the character interaction.
Oh, yeah.
The way they interact with each
fantastic.
other, it is. And, I mean, Hank Pym is evolving in this book. Vision is evolving. The biggest disappointment that Marvel could do is make this out of continuity. Like, if somehow it goes longer and it keeps going and they just ignore it. That would be the biggest mistake they could make.
Well, I hope that the addition of Captain America and Rogue was an AI. You know, Spider-Man, Wolverine.
A segue into it?
Yeah, you know, just trying to save it.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that.
Green Arrow.
Not
Actually,
on it.
first, Avengers AI, I recommend picking it up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely get that.
Green Arrow. I thought you were on Green Arrow.
No.
Green Arrow 28, we're in the middle of the Outsiders War. Spoilers coming up right now. His dad's alive, and he's trained him all his life for this moment, and they have to win the Green Arrow back for the Arrow clan. It's very good. Not worth spending time on right now, because I need somebody to talk to about it, and if you didn't read it, no point.
I'm sorry. I've been meaning to jump on that. Maybe once I start watching Arrow.
I would wait until the Outsiders War is over, or go back and pick up the other Outsiders War issues. Next, Action Comics number 28. No, for you?
No.
I like the new team on this, Greg Pak and Aaron Cooter. I think this is their second book on this, And I would just have to say it seems more like Action Comics and less like Superman, if that makes sense. The previous team, it felt like a Superman book. This feels like Action Comics. Superman is about Superman's life, where I feel like Action Comics is about situations that Superman's in. It's not about Superman, it's about the situation, and it's about him in the situation.
I see.
And that's how I feel about this. It's very good. Some ancient race underground he released, and they're going to take over the world. Kind of your generic Superman story, but I loved it.
Yeah, well,
I really did love it.
nothing wrong with that once in a while.
I recommend picking it up if you get the last issue, because that's where the story starts, I believe. But don't pick that one up alone, even though the cover will make you.
It is a nice cover, I'll give it that.
Captain America number 16 Point Now, or Captain America 1. You just read it.
I did just read it, and it's probably the second Captain America issue I've read out of that series.
It's confusing as shit.
Yes. No idea what happened.
It's a Jet Black solo story, kind of just an in-between.
Also, it's a jumping on point,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, it is jumping on point. They explain Jet Black to you in a way that makes no sense. She's Zola's daughter. She was supposed to be the successor. Once he took over the world, she was going to control it. But if you know anything about this Captain America run, Captain America got her out of the Zola world, and she turned on her father to escape. So, the way I took this issue is it was an internal battle. She was fighting with herself. She didn't want to be a hero, but she thought she had to be a villain. And that's what the scene was with the Red Skull.
I believe.
I don't know. Then again, though, the Red Skull has all those powers. He could have done that himself.
That's true. He does have Xavier's brain.
He could have done it without even being there because he has Xavier's brain. But, I don't know. It was confusing, but I love this series. I love what Remender's doing with Captain America.
Yeah, it's certainly a good change.
I just hope that with the movie coming out, this being a jumping on point, they don't make Remender change the way he writes.
Yeah, I think it should stick like... Because I like having Captain America, Falcon, and... what's her name in this? Black? I can't remember her name.
Who?
The chick. On the cover.
Really?
Yeah.
You just read the book.
I did, but it was like 3 hours ago.
3 hours? Jet Black.
Jet Black, see?
I can't believe you just read it.
Hey, leave me alone.
And that's this week's books. Even though they took a while, we got through them. Now, in lieu, because we don't have this week's books, go ahead and plug She-Hulk real quick. Tell people to buy it.
Buy She-Hulk.
Even though they probably already read it.
I heard it got 4 stars, so at least worth picking up.
You read a few back issues and a trade that I lent you.
I did, for once.
What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the Shade.
Shade of the Changing Man. Crazy, crazy books. Written by Peter Milligan and art by Chris Bacalo. I've heard of Bacalo. I don't know where I've seen him before, but I know Bacalo from something.
It does sound familiar.
Number 1 came out in July of 1990. And then, number 2 in August. You read 1 and 2. And
the art was amazing.
it was.
It was just...
The covers are amazing.
I don't even... And issue 1 was thick and long.
And it was a masterpiece.
It was.
Every bit of it was enticing. Every bit of it was phenomenal.
I feel like every panel played into the story. Like,
yes,
there wasn't
any...
no
garbage. There was no garbage.
No fillers. It was...
Like, if you would just look at these covers, and the first one has a man in an electric chair surrounded by visions, crazy visions. And the second one says, "Who shot JFK?" If you would look at these two covers, you would say, what the hell's going on?
It's pretty much what you say through the book, but...
But it goes together so well.
But I didn't want to stop reading it.
No, it's written so smoothly. I can lend you the next...
I can't believe you only gave me 1 and 2 when the second one ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because you never read anything I give you. You never read anything I give you.
I appreciate it.
Now I have a little bit of faith in you. You're building it up.
I need to go and find those. Because that was...
Yes, you do. It went like 80 issues.
That was phenomenal.
I think I read up to 6. So maybe I'll give you the other 4, and then... Because I think I'm missing one after 6. I think I'm missing 7, and then I have like 8 to 12.
It was... I
recommend it to anybody. At least the first 5. Read them. I would give these to a non-comic book fan. Even though they'd be so goddamn confused they'd never read a comic book again, it'd be worth it, because they're that good.
I know, it was... Wow. Like... It really made me think.
Yeah.
Like, the JFK issue was crazy.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Yes, it was. It
Beautiful.
was a smart book. It was a beautiful book. It was so smoothly written. It was so eloquent.
I know, and the whole thing is it's madness is escaping, and
Yeah.
it really captures madness, like,
Yeah.
but not confusing. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just that good.
It'd be so hard for them to bring this character back now.
Well, I mean, I haven't even seen the character yet. Right now, he's just in the body
Yeah.
of the killer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And in contrast or comparison, you also read Volume 1 of Saga.
I did.
That's issues, 1 to 6?
Yes, I believe so.
And I feel like I might have made a mistake lending you Saga at the same time as Shade the Changing Man. Because Saga is great. I loved the first trade. But because you read it the same time as Shade, there's no comparison. Shade is so good, you can put anything in line with it and it might not be as good.
I will admit, because I read Shade first, and then I started reading the Saga trade, and I mean, Saga was good, but I was just like, I really want to read issue 3 of Shade, but of course I
But
didn't
yes or
have it.
no, the whole time you're reading Saga, every time you're reading, you're like, okay, what's going to happen? Where's the big deal? What's the big deal?
Well,
As good as it is, and as fresh as it is, the whole time I was reading it, because we obviously know how much the issue 1 has been going for, how much issue 2 has been going for.
Yes.
Have you just been saying, what's the big deal? Why did this get so big?
I
Why
feel
are
like it
people-
has the Walking Dead syndrome, because Walking Dead comics, I like the show, and I have read some of the comics, but I don't see the appeal of the comics. Like, the dialogue in it is really childish. I don't know. Like, and the stories are like, there's no build-up. Things just happen, and they don't go anywhere.
Let's see, I don't read the comics or watch the show.
Saga, I feel like the dialogue is more intelligent, but again, I don't know, like, who would pay like $40, $30 for first issue of that.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's a brilliant story.
It's
I
good.
love the story.
I feel like it's like a modern Star Wars kind of.
I picked up the second volume, which I will be reading, and then I'll pass on to you.
Yes,
And
please.
then we'll talk about that at a later date. Now, to the news. Did you see Vision is cast for Avengers 2?
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
And they kind of tell us what his story is and who he is.
Really?
Paul Bettany, the one who played Jarvis. Jarvis is the Vision. That's how they're bringing Vision into Avengers 2. They're turning Jarvis into the Vision.
Okay.
I can see it. It works for the cinematic universe.
It does.
And I don't know if you know who Paul Bettany is.
I don't, but
I'm going to look it up.
because that's what I was assuming. I was assuming that Jarvis would get
Sentence.
sent in and turn into Ultron.
He's alternate in Ultron. He's
No,
gonna be the Vision.
apparently not now. But that was my theory when I heard that. Okay, I could see him.
I mean, really though,
He's gonna be bald and green.
he's
Hopefully,
gonna be metallic. Hopefully, at least.
hopefully.
Hopefully he's green. I hope he's not just like an LMD.
Yeah,
light model
I don't
decoy.
want that. We need Vision's iconic costume.
But I heard that Jarvis was Vision, and I got excited. Vision being one of my favorite characters, you know, I have him tattooed on my leg.
Yes.
I'm excited to see him in the universe as long as he stays true to his roots. I don't want him to be... I don't care even if he's totally off character. I want him to look the same. If he looks this exact same, but he acts like Adolf Hitler, I'm fine with it, as long as he looks the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. You know, he's going to be different because there's no Hank Pym
Yes.
and such. I mean, Scarlet Witch is coming,
Yes,
so
she
that could
is.
be something. Could be like, you know, a little romance going
Tell
on.
you know the amount of money I would pay to see their second 12-issue series made into a movie where they're just playing house. The Vision Scarlet Witch 12-issue series.
I doubt that would get made into a movie.
I'm paying for it.
But, oh, the whole thing.
Millions.
Just throwing money at it.
Millions.
Got Bill Gates over here.
But I absolutely would love to see that. I hope they have a relationship.
Maybe they'll get a spin-off movie.
I don't see how you would cast them both without making them have a relationship.
Yeah, because it's too... Like, when I think Avengers and Scarlet Witch and Vision, I just think of them together.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Except for now.
Yeah, well, again, this Vision's not really...
Yes.
And
But
Scarlet's...
so you thumbs up for Paul
Definitely.
Bettany Jarvis's Vision.
I definitely thumbs up that.
Next piece I had, did you see the new series written by Greg Rucka?
No.
Young Cyclops.
Young Cyclops.
It's Young Cyclops and Corsair, his father.
Oh my god,
It's
what?
a father-son book.
Oh, does he still have the bad mustache?
I believe so.
Oh.
But I guess it was our buddy, Brian Michael Bendis,
Oh.
who said, hey, get Rucka for this, because he has a son about the same age as Cyclops is going to be written. So that's gonna. Now that I know that, it's going to add another dimension to me reading it. But I'm probably going to pick up one issue, maybe. And if it doesn't knock my socks off, I can't do it. I can't do it.
As long as it gets away from... I understand he'll be a kid, but as long as he gets away from modern Cyclops, where he's so...
Well, see, I think it's going to be the Cyclops from the past who was brought forward. Corsair's still alive.
Okay.
And he's going to come out of space and find his son, and his son is trying to deal with the fact that he became the Phoenix and killed Professor X.
Okay.
It's going to be different.
Yeah.
But it's either going to be one of the best books Marvel puts out, or it's going to be absolute garbage and be canceled in 6 issues.
Like, I'm just sick of... I mean, I have been reading the current X-Men series with Cyclops in it, but I was sick of his, all or nothing for the greater good mentality.
Yeah.
He's very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't... I don't know, I wouldn't say it's out of character for him, because I feel like that's how he's been written for, like, the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. But, I mean, I don't know if I'll pick it up, but if you pick up that one issue, I'll give it a read.
I mean, I feel like I have to for Corsair.
Well...
How often have I said how awesome Corsair is? That mustache.
I don't think I've... Maybe once.
The Starjammers.
Yes.
The Starjammers is where it's at. It was a slow week in news, though. So these last two are a little iffy.
Yeah.
Spidey 2099 book is confirmed.
Really?
It was confirmed in the letters page of Superior Spider-Man. Marvel said maybe so and so is working on a Spidey 2099 book. That'd be exciting, right? If it's happening, that's confirmed. I consider that confirmed.
I honestly thought it was that issue where 2099 Spidey.
Oh, it was horrible.
I
hated it.
That bad.
I hated it.
I mean,
I hated that whole storyline. Hated it.
But I mean, I thought that was like a leeway into starting that series.
And I guess Bianchi's going to do the art.
Ooh.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Because we saw him do Thor, we saw him do the Avengers. Spidey's a whole other monster.
See, I don't understand how like Spidey 99 had its own TV series, didn't it?
I believe so. I think it might still.
Like, I don't understand how that gets a TV series, but something like Captain America doesn't.
Yeah.
I understand he's in Avengers, but
yeah. And then the last bit of news that I was really reaching at this point.
Oh.
Really reaching for news at this point. People are complaining about Cap's toned down suit in Captain America 2. If you saw the trailer, how it's like a shield suit, kind of what he wore when Brubaker wrote him as kind of the American soldier more than...
What I thought it was his World War II suit.
No. But
like, I mean, not the shield, but I mean the...
It just has like the star in the middle, and then like 3 lines. It looks like a shield suit. That's all it looks like. It's like when he was the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's what it looks like.
Well, I mean, technically, isn't he an agent?
He is going to be an agent. That's what the movie's about. It's about him being an agent and him going and doing undercover operations.
Well, judging from the trailer, it doesn't look like it stays undercover.
But we saw the trailer. He eventually does don his wings, if you will. So, I mean, I'm fine with it. But that's what people are complaining about.
Well, I think that's the whole reason. He works for S.H.I.E.L.D. and realizes it's not really all it's cracked up to be. I'm assuming, and he goes back working for himself.
Against Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
See what I said? It was a dull week in news. Couldn't find anything. Although the Jarvis thing really got me excited.
Did you see the new... I mean, I'm sure you did, but the new suits for the Fantastic Four? The orange and black ones?
For a movie?
No, for the series. The one that just restarted.
Nope.
They're different.
Should I just wait for the book?
Yeah, I guess. Are you getting it this week?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Was it this week?
I saw a preview for issue 2. I thought issue 1 was out already.
If it came out this week, I didn't get it for some reason. I know X-Force #1 comes out this week. High five.
I might be on that, actually.
I told you to jump on X-Force, so you better have. Well, that's the news. You know what's next.
Oh.
Character Creation Corner. Do-do-do-do-do. That's the song now.
I like it.
All right. You ready?
Bring it.
Queen Steam. Female character for you.
Okay.
You want any information? You can ask questions.
Yeah, let's give some information.
You ask questions.
I gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
All right, what's her power? Like, what's...
Heat.
Heat. Okay.
I'm a little vague.
Okay. And should I be thinking more perverse or, PG-13?
It's not too perverse.
She doesn't put coal in her vagina and steam comes out of her mouth.
No, that's not. She's not. No, she's not the human steam engine.
Wow.
Next week, no, I'm just kidding.
Classic.
No, there's really nothing that could hold her back from being a PG character. To be honest with you,
Okay.
first time ever, PG character.
Does she have like a job?
Nothing established as of now.
Nothing established. Okay, well then, let's see.
Her parents were scientists. They were part of a cult of scientists.
A cult of scientists.
Yes.
Okay. Now, where does her steam power emanate from?
You just want me to read it to you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She was born cold-blooded
Okay.
to a cult of scientists. And they immediately wanted to figure out what the problem was in order to cure it, so she wouldn't die. She's cold-blooded. They had to keep her on her light all the time. So there was a problem. They were using an artificial sun to experiment on her to try to solve it. The artificial sun blew up. She was irradiated with this power. She can radiate heat, but only internally. So she can boil her blood to create steam.
Oh.
And she can focus it out of wherever, like just out of all her pores or out of her fingertips, wherever she wants to focus it, she has that power. And the steam comes from boiled blood. But her inside, she's so durable that it doesn't matter. She can get as hot as she wants inside.
I like it.
And upon coming in these powers, she destroyed the whole cult. Everybody, even killed her own parents. But I feel like she can still be a hero. But that's for us to decide together, not just me.
Okay. Well, does she feel bad about killing her parents?
I ended it. I ended the thought at killing her parents. She came into these powers after she learned them because she hid them from them for a while. But now with these powers, she can actually regulate her body temperature, so she's not cold-blooded. But she can also super heat it up to go super crazy and just hurt people, escape things, do whatever she wants to do. Or she could use them for the greater good.
Well, I think she should be good.
She'd be a hero. For the first time, we got a hero.
Yeah, I think she'd be one of those, not an anti-hero, just like one that, not sure if they want to be a hero.
Teaming up with the Punisher.
Yeah, okay, yeah, kind of like...
Teaming up with Jet Black.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about her. I don't know if she's worthy yet.
But the cold-blooded thing was the first thought I had about it. I had cold-blooded. I said, what am I going to do? What's going on here? For some reason, I went right to boiled blood.
I like it.
And it took a long time for me to think of a name. I was thinking boiling blood, the boil, the boiler. And none of them worked out. And I just thought, hold on. Heat, steam, blood, steam. Queen Steam. Because it was a male character when I was thinking it up. But when I thought of Steam, Queen Steam, female, instantly. Could we work Queen Steam into modern day comics?
Definitely.
She couldn't carry her own series. I don't think so. Maybe a mini.
Yeah, definitely a mini.
I don't think she could carry on. I could see her as a Spider-Man. And like a Spider-Man-esque type of character.
Yeah, because she seems like she is like...
Because she's not A-list.
She's one power
Yeah.
that Spidey would overcome.
She definitely can use some...
700 issues.
I feel like she can use her powers in different ways, though.
Well, that's what would keep her interesting.
Like, I feel like with her heat and with her steam, she could heat up the air around her with the steam, and it would kind of float, maybe? She could float? I don't know.
Wow.
She could fly? I don't know. I'm freeballing here.
I like it.
I'm spitballing.
She could be a Spider-Man villain.
I feel like you were not as excited as this one than you were the other ones.
No, I really like this one,
I don't
honestly.
care.
No, honestly. This is probably your best one.
Wow. 2 weeks in a row. Because last week you said it was my best
Loose
one.
News is pretty fantastic, but Queen's Theme?
I feel like Queen seems more closer to reality.
I like her
than my other
origin story a
characters.
lot better than...
See, the other ones didn't really have origin story. Come on now. Nobody has a better origin story than Bucket of Foreskins.
I can't argue with that. That's true, but...
I did think this one through, though. The other ones kind of just came, and I just wrote them down. This one, I kind of thought it through of how she would get her powers and what they would be. But usually you have a heat-based character, they always exude it outwards. She has to exude it inwards and then use whatever the result of that are.
We should write origin comics for these guys.
For who?
For Queen's theme.
And just try to sell them for $400 pop.
Well, no, but I mean, for personal.
Just hand them out.
We could hand them out.
Maybe.
I'd be into it.
We're writing 14 things together right now that we have not done.
See, you had me start drawing cars. Kind of lost me.
Not cars. Singular. Car.
I believe that one scene had a truck and a car in it.
Where's the truck? Oh, coming over the bridge.
Yes.
Don't talk about that. I even told you could turn it into a motorcycle. And you said, anything with wheels. Duh.
I could do a motorcycle.
I told you couldn't. You said, nope, can't do that. So we could just turn it into a hovercraft. Can't do that. Maybe you should just fly a kite in a field. 20 pages of flying a kite in a field. Let's do that. Perfect. I don't even know where that notebook is anyway. That story's long lost.
I have all the panels that we drew up that one day.
Oh, so you have 4 half-drawn cars.
Whoa.
Yeah, but when not in combat, she keeps her body temperature normal, so she can walk around like a normal person.
I really like this one. I think you really outdid yourself.
I feel like it was solid.
It was.
It was more solid. The other ones had holes in them.
I don't see any holes in this one.
No, like you could poke holes in all the other ones. Like, bucket of foreskins, what's this dude doing? Like, there was no rhyme or reason to why he turned into a human.
Exactly.
DNA on foreskins turned into a human being. That's how foreskin was.
I mean, it happens all the time.
I mean, I loved Loose News. I still think Loose News is my favorite.
I don't know. Maybe I'm partial to her because she's a woman.
That's probably it.
That
you
probably
do
is it.
relate to women.
Thanks.
A lot better.
I guess.
Do you have anything? Got anything? Other news-wise or anything?
Well, there's that Guardians of the Galaxy trailer next Tuesday that you're not watching.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm not watching it, but I know the minute you watch it, you're going to send me a text message that says, hey,
No,
check this out.
I don't do it anymore. I don't do that anymore. You know why? Because every time I hype something up, you're like, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is stupid. Why did I even read this?
You can't hype anything. Because then I expect it to be really good.
Usually it's really good.
Well, you've had me read some duds.
Like what?
I can't think of anything offhand.
Exactly, because there's none.
There's some duds. There's definitely some duds you've had me read. Like that one time you really forced Super Pro #1 on me. You said this is the best comic book you ever read.
Super Pro.
That
Oh! Super Pro. That was the best miniseries
or that
ever
Team
read.
America. Team America book. You really forced that on me, too.
I believe you have that sitting on your shelf in there.
I
Next
think
to Iron Man #1.
Well, it's not on a shelf. It's in one of the boxes that's scrap. And I think I have 3 of them.
We can make you a wallet out of it.
We're not turning this into you telling me you're going to make me a wallet and it not happening every week. Because it's not going to happen.
Okay.
I could give you 10 books when you leave here today.
When I roll in next Friday with a Team America wallet for you.
I'll be
don't wanna hear
upset. I'll boycott the pod.
Not even... What?
I'll boycott the pod.
Oh my god. Got a diva.
Yeah. I don't really have any other news. Kind of dropped it on the news category. It was a slow
did.
week.
You
It was
really...
a slow week.
Well,
Sorry I got to keep this whole thing together by myself. Sorry you just show up, you roll in here, and you talk for an hour. I put time into this.
Oh. My bad, guy. Sorry.
And even under ad drop, you know what I have under ad drop?
Nothing.
Hinterkind and X-Men. I already talked about dropping them.
I don't think I'm dropping anything. And
Well, when I dropped Hinterkind, I noticed that my titles went down to 50.
can't have that.
Or,
huh?
no, it went down to 51.
Gotta have
Because if
52.
you go, no, you have to have 51. If you have 50, it's 30% off. 51, it's 35% off. Had to keep it above there. I think I only got 13 books this week. Light week.
Yeah, my order was only like $30-some, I believe.
Oh, I do have something that I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
I found this little Venn diagram that shows it's called the Visual Guide to the Marvel Character Movie Rights.
I did see that, actually. I didn't really read it, but...
It has Marvel Studios, obviously, Thor, Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Iron Man, Hulk. I didn't know that they have the Power Pack. Why would they want the rights to the Power Pack?
Is there a Power Pack movie I don't know about?
I don't think so. I think just there might have been... Somebody might have had one in the works a while ago and they just bought the rights back.
Why would you even start a Power Pack movie?
But Marvel Studios has Punisher rights back.
Oh.
They have Daredevil and Elektra rights back. Have they always had Ghost Rider rights, or did Fox have that, or Sony have that?
I thought that was Sony. Isn't that the one
Well, they
did
have it
last
back
year?
now. Either way, they have Black Panther. They have Blade. Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Luke Cage, and this one surprised me. Because if there's a movie coming out, I'm excited. Cloak and Dagger.
Really?
So, apparently at one point, they at least decided that they wanted to Cloak and Dagger movie rights.
That'd be weird. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know why they'd even...
Universal Pictures has rights to who, do you think? He's an invader.
Submariner.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Universal Pictures has rights to Namor.
Is there like an old one? That,
I don't know. Lionsgate still has the Man-Thing rights.
Why aren't they doing anything with it?
Because the last one bombed so hard.
Exactly.
How awesome would it be if Marvel got the rights back to Man-Thing and made a Man-Thing movie? They would do it so right.
You're
It'd
so
be
pumped right
amazing.
now.
I would love a Man-Thing movie. Sony Pictures has Spider-Man and Venom. So does that mean that, like, Vulture, Goblin, and all of them are just free reign?
I guess.
Or do they just sign them on, not
They might just
for the
sign 'em on
rights,
for the
they
movie.
just pay, like, the trademark or whatever?
But wasn't there an issue with that before?
I don't
With,
know.
when they couldn't call the, Iron Patriot?
Yeah, there was something like that.
Because the Hobgoblin suit or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
You told me about it.
Well, that tells you how good my...
Exactly. This is what I gotta work with.
And then, in between Marvel and 20th Century Fox, there's a meeting, because they both have rights to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. That's why we will see one version of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the new X-Men movie, and another version in Avengers 2.
And hopefully Avengers 3.
Hopefully Avengers 3. 20th Century Fox has Fantastic Four, obviously. Wolverine, obviously. X-Men, obviously. Deadpool. Supposedly that's in the works again.
Yeah, that's always on and off, on and off.
Also, Cable.
There you
Which,
go.
with Bishop being in the new X-Men movie, how awesome would it be for Cable to come at the end and have the Messiah storyline where Hope's born and he has to fight Bishop through time? Through time? I'm writing it. Fan fiction. Writing it.
Get to it, man.
And 20th Century Fox also still has Silver Surfer. But the best part about this is they have all these circles, and they just have Stan Lee just sitting outside of all of them.
Oh, Stanley.
But these little faces, who's that guy who drew these? I know you've seen them. He did a lot of the Marvel Age covers. They're very cartoony.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's a really weird name.
I don't know.
And there's a little thing at the bottom here that says the top 5 franchises. Spider-Man number 1. X-Men number 2. Iron Man 3. Avengers 4. Fantastic Four 5.
I assume because they have more movies.
Yeah. There is numbers here, but it is too pixelated for me to read them. So I got nothing. And I'm out. You have nothing. You have nothing for me.
I have nothing for you.
Reading Cable yet?
No, I didn't. I didn't read any Cable.
Of course you didn't.
I was too busy reading Shade Changing Man.
Kudos, sir.
It's
I'd
worth it.
like to give you respect for it because you've always let me down in the past by reading
I have
things.
a lot more free time now. Sort of.
Moving on. Do you have a final thought? I mean, I guess this one will be a little shorter. I mean, we've been in that hour area. It's where we keep it, kind of.
Yeah, we still got 7 minutes.
What are we doing for 7 minutes? Want to play rock, paper, scissors for 7 minutes? It's not really a visual thing. I guess that has to be a visual thing. It would just be a lot of...
Well, here, I have a question for you. What
Lay it down.
doesn't have to be A-lister, it could be B-lister, but what villain that is hardly used anymore would you like to see come back into, like, modern comics? It could be DC or Marvel.
Well, you know where I'm going. I'm a Marvel guy to the bone.
Yeah, me too. But I was just giving you the option.
Even if they're... See, but... If it would have been 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I would have said Strife. I would have probably automatically went to Strife. But he's come back.
Yes.
So I
he is
can't
back.
say Strife. So I have to think about it longer. What's yours?
Put me on the spot, guy, with my
Yeah.
own question.
It's
I tell you
definitely
what.
going to be a She-Hulk villain.
She-Hulk doesn't really have villains. She has Titana, who is married to the Absorbing Man.
I love the Absorbing Man.
It's just a weird couple, but I wish he had more villains.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking. I know there's so many out there. Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Can I bring Bullseye back? He's back. He is back.
How's he back? I thought he was dead.
Oh my God! There's a book. I don't know if it was this week or last week that he was in the last panel of.
How's he impossible? Wasn't he like a vegetable?
Oh my God! I'm looking through all these books right now. I gotta find them. It might have been the last issue of Thunderbolts, to be honest with you.
Sure wasn't Lady Bullseye? She's still alive.
It's
isn't
not
she?
Lady Bullseye. It's definitely not going to be in a DC book.
Yeah, that's where you're going wrong.
No, but it was him. He was holding a gun. He was aiming it. He was aiming at somebody's head. I'm thinking it was Thunderbolts now, and it's going to piss me off. It's really going to piss me off.
I'd like the Beyonder to come back. I mean, I know he's sort of cosmic,
I
but
feel like they squashed him. I feel like they took him down for good.
I think that's true. But I don't know. I like that he brought them all together to fight. I'd like to see that again. Not an Avengers Arena kind of thing, but kind of like a battle royale. What is that?
It was Superior Foes.
That's gonna be out of continuity.
I don't know. See? He's aiming at a Boomerang's head.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Hop on it. Bullseye. He's in it. Completely forgot until you brought it up. Can I bring Pip the Troll back? Pip.
I want more Howard the Duck team ups.
I want none.
Come on now.
I want Man-Thing to come back.
Whatever
That
happened to
miniseries
him?
was
I thought he had
phenomenal. He was in Thunderbolts, and he evolved.
and then
He will be coming up in that new book. Remember the Secret Avengers, but it's the Magic Avengers? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
That picture had Doctor Strange. Which one is the Marvel one? Zatanna or Satana?
Zatanna.
With Z?
Zatanna's the DC one.
Zatanna's DC. So
Yes.
Satana is Marvel.
Yeah,
God damn it. Either way, the witch bitch.
the witch bitch.
And it was like a mythical, magical team of Avengers, which I'm super excited about. It's in an annual, the Uncanny Avengers annual coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Good thing I'm on that.
Oh, it's gonna be $8.99 probably.
Jesus.
That's how much they make annuals
I
now.
know, like that last Avengers annual Christmas one.
I'm just saying we bring Pip the Troll back. He's not a villain, but he smokes cigars, and smoking is bad now, so you can make him a villain. Lung cancer. No?
I don't know about that, but
Villain, see Bullseye, he's back. He was up there. Strife. I'd say the Mandarin, but he's kind of back with his rings.
yeah, I like what they're doing with him. They're really giving
I
him.
do. Well, it's not him, really.
Yeah, but
I want
mean,
to see Fing Fang Foom.
that'd be all right.
I would like to see a Fing Fang Foom come back, but you never read the story arc with him. It's in like the 200s, I think. It's like late 200s Iron Man, where there's like a little Chinese man that smokes big cigarettes
No,
or big pipes, and he just like talks about Fing Fang Foom. I think he is actually like an eternal dragon. Very good.
that sounds familiar. Maybe I did. I doubt I read it, but I'm sure you told me about it.
I probably have. But I mean, other than that, I don't even know where to go.
I'm trying to think of some really bad, like there's gotta be like really bad Fantastic Four villains.
Mr. Bong, bring him back. What is his name? Mr. Bong?
Yeah,
Captain Bong?
I think it's not Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Dr. Bong and Mr. Mind Bubble team up.
I'm in. I'd read that.
Craven?
Isn't he dead?
You said bring him back.
I know, but
If
I'm just asking now. I'm pretty sure he's dead, isn't he? Craven's
didn't
last
he
hunt.
show up like last year? I thought he showed up last year in something quickly. Might have been out of continuity, to be honest with you.
Maybe.
Who's Kazar's villain? Nature. Industry.
Just existing.
No, industry. Existing is Kazar's villain. Bring existing back.
We need to get Marvel Encyclopedia. Just
I have it.
find someone horrible.
Talk
every
while I
week.
grab it.
Which one do you have? You got the new one or the old one? I'm behind on mine. But I don't know why you don't like Howard the Duck. Fantastic movie.
I love Howard the Duck. I'm opening to a random page here. Madame Hyde, Madame Mass.
Madam Mass, whatever.
I would love Madame Mass to come back. Her and Tony Stark's Relationship, absolutely phenomenal. Maybe we start doing this. We're just going to turn to a random page and talk about a character.
That's fantastic.
It's
I like it. New thing.
It's Madame Mask.
Random page.
I think I should check this off. We'll be talking about Madame Mask every week.
Write in your
I'll do that
notebook. Just
later.
put Madame Mask.
Do it later. Did you ever read any of the issues with... That's an amazing Madame Mask right there.
Yeah, I read one where it was one Tony Stark was going through his alcoholism, and Randy Rhoads was Iron Man, and he went to save her from some weird lab or something. I don't really remember.
Well, hold on. Wasn't there a villain called Count Nefaria?
Yeah.
Her real name is Countess Guidoletta Nefaria. Is there something we're missing here?
I don't know. Look it up.
I loved her and Tony's relationship. And I love after she left Tony how he always wanted her back.
Yeah, I think that's something considering he gets all those women. You know, I mean, not really anymore. He's really changed a lot.
Very toned down. He's PG.
Yeah.
He's very PG. We're not... Yeah, Count Nefaria. Is that her husband? Is that her dad? Has to be her dad, right?
I would assume.
Okay, this dude's name's Count Nefaria. His base is in New Jersey. To be a count, you need to have your own...
Castle.
Yeah. He was the villain in the 1975 issue that relaunched the X-Men superheroes.
Huh.
I still don't know this relationship here. It's going to bother the shit out of me. Who are we talking about?
Madame Mask.
Madame Mask.
You went and lost the page.
I did lose the page.
Oh, God.
There she is. I love her look. Was she only ever in Iron Man?
I've never seen her in anything else.
First appearance. Really?
What?
What do you think Madame Mask's first appearance is? We know this book is wrong in some cases.
It's either Thor or Fantastic Four.
Wrong. But we know this book is wrong in some first appearances.
Yeah.
This says, Madame Mask, first appearance, Tales of Suspense 97. January 1968. Seems way too old for Madame Mask.
I don't know, though. That'd be... I mean, Whiplash is that old.
We don't talk about Whiplash here. Whiplash is banned from this podcast. When was Dickhead's first appearance then? I feel like we should know this. Like, we're not a real comic podcast.
We don't know anything about comic books.
He was in Avengers 13 was his first appearance. You have his first appearance? You have 13? Avengers 13?
Yeah, but I don't think he looks like that.
It's probably wrong anyway.
Let me see the cover. Let me look it up here.
Command base on Valhalla Mountain.
Oh? In New Jersey?
On both occasions, he was thwarted by the X-Men.
Avengers 13, you say?
February 1965.
I swear he had like a stupid green hat.
He does have castles. Base, various.
Okay, I remember this issue.
Okay, they're definitely related somehow.
See, they go into this...
If I would have read this like a normal human being...
Oh, you just jump to conclusions.
I did jump to conclusions. Right here it says, learning that her biological father was the Italian Count Nefaria, head of the Magia. Or Magia. Whatever you know. I say Magia. Soft G. She became his heir. That is a wonderful Madame Mask right there.
That is. I've never seen that.
If I wanted a Madame Mask tattoo, that would be it.
This is that issue. I did read this. They go into his castle.
Just Count Nefaria right on.
It's all booby trapped, and they all get like they
So
have
it's
to
like-
overcome these obstacles.
So, jumping to conclusion that Count Nefaria is arcade.
He kind of is like
Yeah.
arcade. I mean, he's not as fun about it. He's more just wants to kill him. But yes, I
Madame Mask adopted the name Whitney Frost. My bad. 5'9", 130 pounds. Eyes gray, hair black. Long hair, don't care.
I'm with you for Madame Mask. I like to see her come back.
That's my answer. So you're just choosing my answer.
Oh,
Good, thanks. I'm glad I had to come through once again for both of us.
okay. I see how it is.
I mean, I guess we can wrap this up now. You have a
Yeah.
final thought? Read Shade Changing Man?
Certainly read that. If try to find them. Those can't be that expensive. Probably find them quarter bins. No one knows what they are.
Yeah. I think the later ones are harder to find once it crosses over to Vertigo. I
Well,
think Shay the Changing Man is one of the titles that established the Vertigo brand.
I could believe it.
Like, it was that and what, Constantine? Constantine around the same time? Constantine had an earlier series, right?
Hellblazer.
That's probably what it was. That's what I'm thinking of. Read Shay the Changing Man. Read comics in general.
Pick up She-Hulk.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, I can be found at @BreakdownBrand. I'm not spelling it.
And I'm at Stickosaurus, but no one listens to this anyway. But
No, nobody.
it's okay. We have fun.
Oh yeah, that's fun. I'll listen to this. Wait, no, I'm never listening to this.
That's a lie.
It is a lie. I don't know if I listened to last week's though. This is something that doesn't need to be on here.
Yeah.
Either way, thanks for listening.
Yeah, if you
If you hear this, that means they listened. Nobody's hearing this part
no one's going this
without
far.
listening.
You know, you're 15 minutes in, and it's just throwing the towel.
Well, 15 minutes. That's as far as they're getting.
Yeah, just can't deal with
Well,
this.
I mean, if they did make it this far, they need, or if they didn't,
Well, if you do listen to this, leave a comment or
talk to us on Twitter. Give us a suggestion to how to improve or how to.
Yeah, I know we don't know anything about comics,
Tell
so
us
it's cool.
to shut up. You know,
Yeah.
anything.
We'll still keep doing it, but you can try.
The angrier the comment, the more we'll talk about it.
That's true.
Without a doubt.
I mean,
the angrier and more hostile the comment, the more we'll talk about it.
Definitely.
But whether you listen or not, just remember, beware Queen's team.